Imagine waking up every day without the constant weight of financial stress. No more sleepless nights worrying about bills, debt, or whether you'll ever have enough. What if instead of feeling overwhelmed by money, you felt empowered, in control, and at peace with your finances? What if the secret to financial freedom isn't in working harder, hustling more, or chasing the next investment opportunity, but in something much simpler, something that's been around for thousands of years? Stoicism. I know what you're thinking. Stoicism. What does ancient philosophy have to do with money? And you might be right to wonder. After all, Stoicism is an old philosophy that originated in ancient Greece and Rome. But the truth is, Stoic principles are just as powerful today as they were 2,000 years ago, especially when it comes to managing money and achieving financial freedom. In this video, we're going to explore how Stoic wisdom can help you unlock financial freedom, not by earning more, but by mastering your mindset. By changing the way you think about money and how you approach your financial life, you can create lasting success without the constant stress that so many people face today. So, first things first, what exactly is Stoicism? Stoicism is a philosophy that was founded by Zeno of Citium in ancient Greece. The Stoics, people like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, believed that happiness and peace of mind didn't come from external things like wealth, fame, or success. Instead, they believed that true happiness came from controlling our thoughts, actions, and emotions, especially when life throws challenges our way. Now you might be asking, okay, but how does that help me with money? Well, the key idea in Stoicism is that we can't control everything that happens to us, but we can control how we respond to it. We can control how we think, how we act, and how we view our circumstances, even our financial situation. So many of us get caught up in the never-ending chase for more money, always worrying about what we don't have, or constantly comparing ourselves to others. But Stoicism teaches us to shift our mindset. Instead of chasing after external things, we focus on what we can control: our mindset, our actions, and our responses to challenges. Now let's talk about financial freedom. It's a buzzword that gets thrown around a lot, but what does it actually mean? For many people, financial freedom means the ability to live without the stress of paycheck-to-paycheck living. It means having enough money to cover your needs, without constantly worrying about bills or debt. But it also means having the freedom to live life on your own terms, without money controlling you. Imagine being able to make decisions based on what truly matters to you, not out of fear or pressure about money. Imagine waking up every morning knowing that you've got the financial security to live the life you want. Whether that's taking time off work to travel, starting your own business, or simply having peace of mind that comes from knowing you've got your finances under control. Financial freedom isn't about becoming rich. It's about feeling secure and confident in your financial decisions and in your ability to manage money wisely. It's about having the tools and the mindset to make financial choices that align with your values, instead of constantly reacting to the ups and downs of the financial world. So, how does Stoicism help with this? How can this ancient philosophy help us get control over our money and unlock financial freedom? The answer lies in one of the central principles of Stoicism: control what you can and let go of what you can't. Think about your financial life for a moment. There are a lot of things outside your control, like the economy, the stock market, unexpected expenses, or even the financial decisions of others. These things can cause a lot of stress, and often we waste energy trying to control them, which only adds to our anxiety. But Stoicism teaches us to stop worrying about things outside our control. Instead, we focus on the things we can control. And when it comes to money, there's a lot we can control: how we spend, how we save, how we invest, and how we think about money. For example, you can't control how much money you make at your job, but you can control how much of that money you save. You can't control the stock market, but you can control your investment strategy. You can't control unexpected expenses, but you can control how you prepare for them with an emergency fund. By focusing on what we can control, Stoicism helps us let go of the stress and anxiety that comes from trying to manage everything. This gives us more peace of mind and ultimately more control over our financial future. At the heart of Stoicism is a powerful idea. Our happiness and peace come from within, not from external circumstances. In other words, it's not how much money we have that determines whether we feel secure or successful. It's how we approach money, how we think about it, and how we respond to financial challenges. The Stoic mindset doesn't say, "Don't care about money." It says, "Don't let money control you." Money should be a tool, not a source of stress. It should serve you, not the other way around. Think about the last time you felt stressed about money. Maybe you were worried about an unexpected bill, or maybe you were frustrated because you couldn't afford something you wanted. How did that make you feel? Probably anxious, right? Maybe even helpless or frustrated. But Stoicism teaches us to change our perspective. It teaches us to accept that life is full of challenges and financial setbacks are a normal part of life. Instead of getting caught up in negative emotions, Stoicism helps us find calm and control, even in the face of uncertainty. Now you might be wondering, okay, that sounds great, but how do I actually apply Stoicism to my money? In the next parts of this video, we'll explore specific Stoic money habits that you can use every day to build financial freedom. These habits will help you take control of your spending, save more, invest wisely, and stop worrying about the things you can't change. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of how to shift your mindset, apply Stoic principles, and unlock a life of financial freedom. So, if you're ready to take control of your financial future and live with more peace and confidence, stick with me. Let's dive into how Stoicism can help you master your money and unlock the life you deserve. Part 1. The common financial struggles people face. Money. It's one of the biggest sources of stress in the modern world. No matter who you are, where you live, or what you do, money plays a role in your life. It can bring security, freedom, and opportunities, but it can also bring stress, fear, and endless worry. Have you ever felt like no matter how much you earn, it's never enough? Or that every time you try to save money, something unexpected happens? A car repair, a medical bill, an emergency that wipes out your savings in an instant. Maybe you've experienced the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck. You work hard, you get paid, you pay your bills, and then you wait for the next paycheck to do it all over again. There's no room for mistakes, no room to breathe, and certainly no room for the kind of financial freedom we all dream of. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. In today's world, financial stress is everywhere. People are constantly worried about making ends meet, about keeping up with rising costs, about affording a home, retirement, or even just the basics of daily life. And the worst part, it feels like the harder we try, the more we struggle. So why is this happening? Why do so many of us feel stuck, despite working hard and doing our best? To answer that, let's take a deeper look at the most common financial struggles people face. Struggles that, surprisingly, have been around for centuries. And then, let's explore how Stoicism can help us break free from these financial traps and create a life of control, stability, and peace. 1. The endless desire for more. One of the biggest financial struggles people face is the never-ending desire for more. Think about it. From the moment we wake up, we're bombarded with advertisements, social media posts, and messages that tell us we need more. A bigger house, a nicer car, better clothes, the latest technology. It's everywhere. And it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that if we just had a little more money, we'd finally be happy. But here's the truth. More money doesn't always mean more happiness. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor." In other words, if you always feel like you need more, you'll never feel satisfied, no matter how much money you make. This is why so many wealthy people still feel empty. They reach one financial goal, but instead of feeling content, they set another goal and another. It's a cycle that never ends. The modern world thrives on keeping us in this mindset. Companies profit when we constantly want more. They push the idea that we need to upgrade, replace, and spend more to feel happy or successful. And this is exactly what keeps so many people trapped, working longer hours, taking on more stress, all in pursuit of something that never truly satisfies them. The Stoic solution. The key to breaking this cycle is to shift your mindset. Instead of always focusing on what you don't have, focus on what you do have. Practice gratitude. Recognize that real happiness doesn't come from having more stuff. It comes from having peace of mind, from having control over your emotions, and from appreciating the simple things in life. When you learn to be content with less, you free yourself from the never-ending cycle of financial stress. 2. Impulse spending and emotional purchases. Another major struggle is impulse spending. Have you ever bought something you didn't really need, just because it made you feel good in the moment? Maybe you were stressed, bored, or feeling down, and shopping gave you a temporary high. This is incredibly common. Studies show that most people make emotional purchases rather than logical ones. We buy things to make ourselves feel better, to fit in, or to keep up with others. But here's the problem. Impulse spending is one of the biggest killers of financial stability. A few dollars here, a few dollars there, and before you know it, you're living paycheck to paycheck, wondering where all your money went. The Stoic solution. Stoicism teaches self-discipline and control. Instead of letting emotions drive your financial decisions, step back and ask yourself, do I really need this? Will this purchase truly improve my life? Am I buying this for the right reasons, or just to fill an emotional void? A simple Stoic practice is the 24-hour rule. Before making any non-essential purchase, wait 24 hours. If you still want it after a day, and it aligns with your financial goals, then consider it. But in most cases, you'll find that the urge to buy fades, and you'll be glad you saved your money. 3. Living beyond your means. Many people struggle with living beyond their means, spending more than they earn. This leads to credit card debt, loans, and financial stress that becomes hard to escape. Part of this comes from society's pressure to keep up. You see friends buying new cars, upgrading their homes, traveling the world, and you feel like you should be doing the same. But what many people don't realize is that a lot of this is funded by debt, and debt is one of the biggest chains that keep people financially trapped. The Stoic solution. Stoicism encourages simplicity. The Stoics believed in living below your means, finding contentment in what you already have, and avoiding unnecessary luxuries. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, ruled over the Roman Empire, yet he lived a simple life, never indulging in excess. He believed that true wealth came from not needing much, rather than from accumulating more. Instead of trying to match what others have, focus on your own financial goals. Spend less than you earn, build an emergency fund, and prioritize what truly matters. 4. Fear of the future and financial anxiety. One of the most crippling financial struggles is fear of the future. Many people constantly worry, what if I lose my job? What if the economy crashes? What if I never have enough to retire? This kind of financial anxiety can be overwhelming. It makes people feel powerless, uncertain, and stressed every single day. The Stoic solution. The Stoics teach us to accept what we cannot control. The economy, job markets, and financial downturns are outside of our control. But what we can control is how we prepare. Build an emergency fund so you're ready for unexpected expenses. Invest wisely and focus on long-term financial stability. Let go of unnecessary worries about things you cannot change. Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Most of our financial fears are based on what-if scenarios that may never happen. Instead of living in fear, take action on the things you can control and let go of the rest. Financial struggles are real, but they don't have to control your life. By applying Stoic wisdom, you can break free from the stress, stop chasing things that don't truly matter, and start making smarter, calmer, and more intentional financial decisions. In the next part of this video, we'll explore practical Stoic money habits, habits that will help you master your financial life step by step. So, if you're ready to take control and unlock financial freedom, stay with me. The journey is just beginning. Part 2. Key Stoic principles to transform your relationship with money. Money is one of the most powerful forces in our lives. It can give us security, comfort, and opportunities, but it can also cause stress, fear, and endless worry. We've already explored why so many people struggle with money: the never-ending desire for more, the habit of impulse spending, the pressure to live beyond our means, and the constant fear of an uncertain financial future. But what if there was another way? A way to break free from this cycle, not by earning more, but by thinking differently. That's where Stoicism comes in. Stoicism isn't just a philosophy, it's a way of life. It teaches us self-control, discipline, and inner peace. It helps us focus on what we can control and let go of what we can't. And when applied to money, these ideas can completely transform the way we handle our finances. In this part of the video, we're going to explore 5 powerful Stoic principles that will help you master your financial life. If you follow these principles, you'll make better financial decisions, worry less about money, and move closer to true financial freedom. Let's begin. 1. Control what you can, let go of what you can't. One of the most important Stoic lessons is learning to accept what you cannot control and focus on what you can. When it comes to money, many people stress over things they can't control. The stock market goes down and they panic. Prices go up and they feel helpless. They lose a job and they spiral into fear. But the Stoics remind us, we don't control the world. We only control how we respond to it. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." So instead of worrying about things beyond your control, focus on what you can do with your money. You can't control the economy, but you can build an emergency fund. You can't control inflation, but you can budget smarter and spend wisely. You can't control stock market crashes, but you can invest long-term and stay patient. When you shift your mindset from fear to control, you become financially stronger. You stop reacting emotionally and start making rational, strategic decisions. 2. Practice self-discipline and delayed gratification. One of the biggest reasons people struggle financially is impulse spending. They see something they want and they buy it, without thinking about the consequences. It feels good in the moment, but later they regret it. Their bank account is lower, their credit card balance is higher, and they feel stuck. But the Stoics believed in self-discipline. They taught that true happiness doesn't come from chasing pleasures, it comes from controlling desires. Epictetus, another famous Stoic, said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This is where delayed gratification comes in. Instead of buying things impulsively, train yourself to wait. Give yourself time before making purchases. This simple habit will save you thousands over time. A good rule to follow is the 30-day rule. If you want to buy something expensive, wait 30 days. After a month, if you still truly need it, then consider buying it. But in most cases, you'll realize you didn't need it after all. By practicing self-discipline, you'll spend less on unnecessary things and save more for what truly matters. 3. Embrace simplicity and contentment. In today's world, people are obsessed with more. A bigger house, a fancier car, designer clothes, the latest gadgets. But the Stoics believed that true wealth comes from simplicity. They practiced minimalism, focusing only on what is necessary and meaningful. Seneca, a wealthy Roman philosopher, could have lived a life of luxury. But instead he practiced living simply. He believed that by needing less, a person could feel truly free. Think about it. The more things you own, the more money you need to maintain them. The more expensive your lifestyle, the more pressure you feel to keep earning. The bigger your house, the more you have to clean, furnish, and protect. True freedom comes not from owning more, but from needing less. Instead of constantly upgrading and spending, ask yourself, do I really need this? Or is society telling me I do? Will this purchase bring real happiness or just short-term pleasure? What would happen if I focused on appreciating what I already have? By living simply and being content with less, you gain more peace, more control, and more financial freedom. 4. Distinguish between wants and needs. A big reason people struggle financially is that they confuse wants with needs. You need food, shelter, and basic clothing. You want luxury vacations, designer brands, and the latest tech. The problem is that many people treat wants like needs, and they spend money on things they don't actually need. The Stoics were very clear about this. Happiness comes from reducing desires, not fulfilling them. Here's an exercise. For the next 30 days, write down every single thing you buy. At the end of the month, go through the list and ask yourself, which purchases were true necessities? Which purchases were just wants? How much money could I have saved if I spent only on needs? This practice will change how you see money. You'll start noticing where your money goes, and you'll naturally begin to cut out unnecessary expenses. Practice gratitude every day. One of the most powerful Stoic money habits is gratitude. Most people focus on what they don't have. They think, I don't have enough money. I wish I had a better job. I want a bigger house. This mindset leads to endless dissatisfaction. But Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we do have, to appreciate the small things, to recognize that even if we don't have much, we still have enough. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his journal every morning, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." Imagine if you started each day with gratitude instead of worry. Instead of thinking about what you lack, remind yourself of the money you do have, even if it's not much, the roof over your head, the opportunities in front of you. This shift in mindset will make you happier, calmer, and more financially wise. These 5 Stoic principles can transform your relationship with money. Control what you can, let go of what you can't. Practice self-discipline and delayed gratification. Embrace simplicity and contentment. Distinguish between wants and needs. Practice gratitude every day. If you apply these principles, you'll not only manage your money better, you'll live with more peace, more control, and more freedom. In the next part of this video, we'll go even deeper, breaking down practical Stoic money habits you can start using today. So if you're ready to take full control of your financial future, stay with me. There's more to learn. Part 3. Practical Stoic money habits for financial freedom. Now that we've explored the core Stoic principles that can transform your financial life, it's time to take action. You've learned that money isn't just about earning more, it's about how you manage it, how you think about it, and how you approach your financial challenges. The Stoic mindset can help you take control of your finances in a calm, disciplined, and thoughtful way. In this part of the video, we're going to dive into practical Stoic money habits, the daily actions and behaviors you can start using right now to take charge of your financial future. These habits are easy to incorporate into your daily life, and they will have a huge impact on your financial well-being. So let's jump in. Here are 5 powerful Stoic money habits that will help you on your path to financial freedom. 1. Budget with discipline and simplicity. One of the most fundamental ways to take control of your finances is to create and stick to a budget. But a budget isn't just about limiting yourself. It's about having the discipline to manage your money wisely, while still giving yourself enough to live the life you want. The Stoics believed in living simply, and that's exactly what a budget can help you do. Instead of letting your money control you, you take control of it by setting clear limits on what you spend and deciding in advance where your money will go. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most well-known Stoic philosophers, said, "Take a good look at yourself, at your life. The time you waste is a precious resource." When you budget, you're being mindful of your time and your money. You're prioritizing what matters most, and you're making sure your resources are going towards your goals, whether that's saving for the future, paying down debt, or simply living a more peaceful life. Here's how you can apply the Stoic principle of simplicity to your budget. Start small. Don't make your budget too complicated. Focus on tracking your income and expenses, and make sure you're spending less than you earn. Cut out the unnecessary. The Stoics believed in owning only what we truly need. Look at your spending habits and ask yourself, do I really need this, or is it just a desire I've been chasing? Automate your savings. Set aside a portion of your income for savings before you spend on anything else. This is a practice of self-discipline. You're telling yourself that your future self is more important than your immediate desires. By sticking to a simple, disciplined budget, you're taking control of your finances and creating more space for the things that matter in life. 2. Build an emergency fund for peace of mind. No matter how much we try to plan ahead, life has a way of throwing us curveballs. Unexpected expenses, whether it's a medical emergency, car repairs, or sudden job loss, can quickly throw off our financial stability. But the Stoics remind us that while we can't control what happens in the world, we can prepare for it. Seneca wrote, "A good character, when faced with hardship, will not be destroyed by it. It will remain calm, prepared, and resolute." One of the most important steps you can take in building your financial peace is to create an emergency fund. This is money that you set aside specifically for unexpected situations. It's there to protect you when life happens, so that you don't have to go into debt or stress when the inevitable happens. Start small. Even if you can only set aside a little bit each month, the important thing is to get started. Over time, this fund will grow, and you'll have the confidence to know that you're prepared for whatever life throws your way. As a general rule, aim to save enough to cover 3 to 6 months of living expenses. This will give you the security to weather any financial storm without panicking. 3. Focus on long-term goals, not short-term wants. One of the most important Stoic principles is to focus on the long term rather than chasing after short-term pleasures. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of buying new things or spending money impulsively. But the Stoics teach us that true happiness comes from delaying gratification, from focusing on the bigger picture instead of momentary desires. Epictetus, a key Stoic philosopher, said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." To build lasting financial freedom, you need to focus on long-term goals. This means saving, investing, and spending with your future in mind, not just your current desires. Here's how you can apply this to your money habits. Set clear financial goals for the future. Do you want to retire early? Save for a down payment on a house. Pay off all your debt. Whatever your goals are, write them down and make them specific. Invest for the long haul. The Stoics believed in being patient, and this applies to money as well. Instead of looking for quick gains or the latest investment trend, focus on long-term investments that will grow over time, like retirement accounts, index funds, or real estate. Resist impulse buying. Every time you're tempted to buy something you don't need, remind yourself that this is a short-term desire. Does the purchase align with your long-term goals? Will it help you build the life you want, or will it just create more clutter in your life? By focusing on your long-term goals and practicing delayed gratification, you'll build a more stable, secure financial future. 4. Avoid debt and live below your means. Debt is one of the most common causes of financial stress. It creates a constant pressure to earn more, spend less, and keep up with payments. And as we've seen before, living beyond our means is a habit that many people fall into without even realizing it. But the Stoics believed in living below your means, not because they thought money was bad, but because they understood the freedom that comes from not being burdened by debt or the need to constantly chase after more. Marcus Aurelius said, "How much better it is to be free from debt, free from the tyranny of needing more, and free from the constant worry of keeping up with others." To practice this Stoic principle, start by avoiding unnecessary debt. This means not borrowing money for things you don't need, things like luxury items, expensive vacations, or unnecessary upgrades. Instead, live within your means. Here's how you can make this work. Cut back on non-essential expenses. Take a close look at your spending and ask yourself, do I really need this? If the answer is no, it's time to let it go. Pay off debt as quickly as possible. If you're carrying credit card debt or loans, prioritize paying them off. Paying off high-interest debt can free up a lot of money for savings or investing in your future. Practice contentment with less. By embracing the Stoic mindset of needing fewer things, you'll find that your financial life becomes much simpler and much more peaceful. 5. Practice gratitude and focus on what you have. The last practical Stoic money habit is to practice gratitude. It's easy to get caught up in the "I want more" mindset, especially when we see others around us who seem to have it all. But the Stoics teach us that true wealth comes from appreciating what we already have. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, shift your mindset to focus on what you do have. Recognize the abundance in your life, whether it's the roof over your head, the food on your table, or the ability to earn and save money. Here's how you can practice gratitude in your financial life. Write down 3 things you're grateful for every day, especially when it comes to your finances. Maybe you're grateful for a steady job, the ability to pay your bills on time, or the peace of mind that comes with having savings. Appreciate the small things. Focus on the simple pleasures in life, rather than constantly chasing after bigger, more expensive experiences. Shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Instead of worrying about what you don't have, celebrate what you do have and use it wisely. By practicing gratitude, you'll find that your financial worries start to fade and you'll start feeling more content and at peace with your money. By following these 5 practical Stoic money habits, budgeting with discipline, building an emergency fund, focusing on long-term goals, avoiding debt, and practicing gratitude, you can transform your financial life. These habits aren't just about managing money, they're about changing the way you think about money and how you live your life. The path to financial freedom isn't a quick fix. It's a journey. But by applying Stoic wisdom to your money habits, you'll make smarter decisions, reduce stress, and gain more control over your financial future. In the next part of this video, we'll explore how to create your personal Stoic financial plan, a blueprint that will help you turn these habits into real, lasting results. Stay with me, and let's continue this journey toward a more peaceful, more fulfilling financial life. Part 4. Creating your personal Stoic financial plan. Now that we've explored the Stoic principles and practical habits that can transform your financial life, it's time to bring everything together and create your personal Stoic financial plan. A financial plan isn't just about numbers or charts. It's about creating a blueprint for a life of financial freedom and peace of mind. A Stoic financial plan is not based on stress, fear, or chasing after the next big thing. Instead, it's based on clarity, control, and long-term vision. It's about aligning your financial decisions with your values and the Stoic principles we've already discussed. In this part of the video, we're going to walk through the steps of creating a simple, effective financial plan that will help you manage your money with Stoic wisdom. This plan will guide you toward financial freedom, giving you the confidence to handle whatever life throws your way. Let's break it down into simple, actionable steps. Step 1. Understand where you stand. The first step in creating your personal Stoic financial plan is to understand where you stand financially. This means taking a hard look at your current situation, without judgment, but with full honesty. Before you can move forward, you need to know where you are. And this doesn't mean looking at your bank account and hoping for the best. It means understanding your income, expenses, debt, savings, and investments. This is crucial because it gives you a clear picture of where your money is going, and it allows you to make informed decisions going forward. Take a moment to gather the following information. How much do you earn? What are your monthly expenses? How much debt do you have, and at what interest rates? How much do you have in savings? What investments do you currently hold? Once you have all this information, you can see where you're doing well and where you need improvement. Don't feel discouraged if things aren't perfect. That's why you're here, right? The Stoic mindset is all about accepting the present moment, no matter where you are, and focusing on what you can control going forward. Step 2. Set clear, long-term financial goals. Now that you know where you stand, it's time to think about where you want to go. The next step in your Stoic financial plan is to set clear, long-term goals. When it comes to Stoicism, the idea is not to chase after fleeting desires, but to focus on the things that matter most. Setting long-term goals will help you avoid getting distracted by short-term pleasures or instant gratification. Instead, you'll have a roadmap that guides you toward your bigger vision for the future. Think about your financial future. Do you want to pay off debt and be debt-free? Are you planning for retirement and a life of financial independence? Do you want to save for a home or for a future goal, like a child's education or starting a business? Maybe you just want to build an emergency fund for peace of mind. These goals should be specific, measurable, and realistic. For example, instead of saying, "I want to save more money," you could say, "I want to save $5,000 in an emergency fund over the next year." Or instead of saying, "I want to pay off debt," you could say, "I want to pay off $10,000 in credit card debt within the next 18 months." By setting specific goals, you give yourself a clear target to work towards, and the more specific your goals, the easier it will be to create a plan to achieve them. Step 3. Create a realistic budget. Once you have your goals in place, the next step is to create a realistic budget that aligns with those goals. The Stoics believed in living simply, and budgeting is one of the best ways to make sure you're not wasting money on things you don't need. A budget helps you prioritize what's important and make sure you're saving and spending in a way that aligns with your long-term vision. Start by looking at your income. This is the money you make from your job, investments, or any other sources of income. Then, take a look at your expenses. Everything you spend money on each month: housing, utilities, groceries, transportation, insurance, entertainment, subscriptions. Once you have a clear understanding of your income and expenses, you can start to allocate your money. A simple rule to follow is the 50-30-20 rule. 50% for needs, essential expenses like housing, food, and transportation. 30% for wants, discretionary expenses like dining out, entertainment, and shopping. 20% for savings and investments. This includes paying down debt, building an emergency fund, and saving for your long-term goals. Your budget doesn't have to be complicated. The Stoics were all about simplicity, so keep your budget straightforward and make sure it's easy to stick to. Track your spending each month and adjust it as needed. The more you stay mindful of your budget, the more you'll feel in control of your finances. Step 4. Build your emergency fund. Building an emergency fund is one of the most important steps in any financial plan. It's a way of preparing for life's uncertainties, whether that's an unexpected medical expense, a car repair, or a job loss. A good rule of thumb is to save 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses in an easily accessible account, like a savings account. This will give you the peace of mind that you're prepared for whatever life throws your way. Start small, if necessary. Even if you can only save $50 or $100 a month, it's important to start. The Stoics believed that the key to success is consistency. Over time, these small savings will add up, and you'll have the security to handle life's unexpected challenges without going into debt. Step 5. Pay down debt and avoid. New debt is one of the greatest sources of financial stress, and it's something that keeps many people trapped in a cycle of living paycheck to paycheck. But with the right mindset and a solid plan, you can pay off your debt and move toward financial freedom. The first thing you need to do is stop accumulating new debt. This means avoiding credit card purchases unless you can pay them off in full at the end of the month. If you have existing debt, create a plan to pay it off as quickly as possible. A common approach to paying off debt is the debt snowball method. List all of your debts, starting with the smallest balance. Focus on paying off the smallest debt first, while making minimum payments on the rest. Once the smallest debt is paid off, move on to the next one, and so on. As you pay off each debt, you'll feel a sense of accomplishment, and that will motivate you to keep going. Over time, you'll be free from debt, and you'll have more money to save, invest, and build wealth. Step 6. Invest for the future. The final step in your Stoic financial plan is to invest for the future. The Stoics weren't focused on short-term gains, and neither should you. Investing is all about building wealth over time and securing your future. Start by researching different types of investments, such as stocks, bonds, mutual funds, or even real estate. Choose investments that align with your long-term goals, and make sure to diversify your portfolio so that you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. If you're new to investing, consider starting with low-cost index funds. These are funds that track the overall market and have low fees. They're a simple and effective way to invest for the long term. Remember, investing isn't about making quick money. It's about patience and consistency, just like the Stoics taught. Creating your personal Stoic financial plan is a journey. It won't happen overnight, and it will take time, effort, and discipline. But by following the steps we've outlined in this video, you can start to take control of your finances, reduce stress, and move toward the life you truly want. The key to success is to stay focused on your goals, be patient with yourself, and embrace the Stoic mindset of self-discipline, simplicity, and control. Congratulations, you've made it to the final part of this video, and by now, you've learned how to harness the power of Stoicism to take control of your financial life. But before you go, let's take a moment to recap what we've covered and to explore how you can take immediate action to apply these lessons to your own financial journey. So far, we've explored the basic principles of Stoicism and how they can be applied to money, the common financial struggles people face today, and how to overcome them with Stoic wisdom. Key Stoic principles like self-discipline, delayed gratification, and simplicity that will help you take control of your finances. Practical Stoic money habits such as budgeting, building an emergency fund, and paying off debt. Finally, we put everything together into a personal Stoic financial plan that will guide you toward financial freedom and peace of mind. Now you might be feeling inspired, but the next step is putting all this knowledge into practice. The Stoics believed in action, not just theory. It's not enough to just understand the principles, you need to live them. And in this final part, I'm going to share how you can take the next steps toward achieving financial freedom. 1. Take action. Today, the first step in making your Stoic financial plan a reality is to take immediate action. Don't wait for the perfect time to start. The Stoics were all about living in the present moment and taking action now. Whether it's setting up your budget, starting your emergency fund, or paying off a small debt, do something today that moves you closer to your financial goals. If you've already made a budget, great. Start tracking your expenses. If you haven't built an emergency fund yet, take the first step by saving a small amount this month. Even a small deposit can help you feel like you're making progress. It's important to remember that progress is progress, no matter how small. Don't get discouraged if things don't happen overnight. The Stoics taught us that patience is key. If you focus on the process rather than just the outcome, you'll find that small actions taken consistently will lead to big results over time. 2. Stay committed to your goals. As you begin your journey toward financial freedom, it's easy to get distracted or frustrated. But staying committed to your goals is crucial for long-term success. Throughout this video, we've discussed how Stoicism encourages us to stay calm and centered, no matter the challenges we face. The road to financial freedom won't always be smooth, but if you remain disciplined, patient, and focused on your long-term goals, you'll start to see results. One important thing to remember is that you don't have to be perfect. The Stoics weren't about perfection, they were about progress and improvement. So, if you slip up or make a mistake, don't beat yourself up. Just learn from it, adjust your plan, and keep moving forward. The key is to remain consistent with the habits you've started to build. The more you practice these habits, the more they will become second nature, and the more your financial life will improve. 3. Be flexible and adapt. Life is unpredictable, and things won't always go according to plan. Unexpected expenses, changes in income, or personal challenges may come your way. But instead of getting stressed out or giving up, remember that Stoicism teaches us to accept what we cannot control and focus on what we can. If you face a setback, adapt your plan. Maybe you can't save as much as you wanted this month, or you need to adjust your budget to account for an unexpected expense. Instead of feeling defeated, embrace flexibility. Adjust your goals as needed and keep moving forward. The Stoics knew that life is full of obstacles. What makes us strong isn't avoiding them, but learning to face them with grace and resilience. Whether it's an unexpected bill or a change in your financial situation, stay calm, adjust your approach, and keep moving forward. 4. Keep learning and growing. Another key aspect of the Stoic mindset is continuous improvement. Stoicism teaches us to always strive to become better versions of ourselves. And when it comes to money, this means always learning and growing. There is no perfect financial plan, and there is no one-size-fits-all approach. As you work through your Stoic financial plan, take time to learn more about personal finance, investing, and budgeting. The more you understand, the better decisions you'll be able to make. Read books, watch videos, take courses, or listen to podcasts about money management. Surround yourself with resources and people who can help you grow your financial knowledge. The Stoics were avid learners, and they believed that the pursuit of knowledge was one of the most valuable things we can do in life. The more you learn, the more you'll feel empowered to make confident financial decisions. And as you apply this knowledge, you'll continue to improve and get closer to your financial goals. 5. Reflect regularly on your progress. One of the most important Stoic practices is reflection. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius would take time each day to reflect on their thoughts and actions, to see where they could improve, and to appreciate what they had. To ensure you're staying on track with your financial goals, make it a habit to reflect regularly. At the end of each week or month, take some time to review your progress. Have you stuck to your budget? Have you saved the amount you planned for? Are you on track with your debt repayment goals? Reflection helps you identify areas for improvement and recognize the successes you've had. Even if things didn't go exactly as planned, taking time to reflect allows you to see where you can adjust and what you can keep doing well. Remember, the Stoics believed that self-awareness was a crucial part of living a virtuous life. The more you reflect on your financial progress, the more control you'll have over your financial future. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. The Stoic path to financial freedom is a journey, not a destination. It's about building small, positive habits every day and staying true to your long-term goals. And while it's not always easy, the rewards are worth it. Greater financial peace, security, and freedom. Now, it's your turn. What action will you take today to start applying Stoic principles to your financial life? Whether it's creating a budget, building your emergency fund, or starting to pay down debt, take that first step now. You've got this. If you found this video helpful, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel for more content on how to live a Stoic and financially free life. And if you've got any questions or thoughts about your financial journey, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Remember, your financial future is in your hands. By practicing Stoic principles, staying patient, and taking consistent action, you can create the life you want. Keep moving forward and enjoy the journey.